Hey guys, I'm Kay, and thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Artblock because I went through a really hard one lately, and I've learned some things, so I just wanted to share with everybody. We're going to start right off with a quote. Albert Einstein once said, "I am enough of an artist to draw freely upon my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world." In this video, I want to share some things I've learned about Artblock in the past few weeks of reading. Most of this will come from the Graphic Design Solutions book by Robin Landa, and some from the book with the long title, Learn Adobe Illustrator CC for Graphic Design and Illustration. Anyways, let's start looking at some things that I've learned and that you might be able to learn too.
Apologies for the messy desk. I was meaning to clean it, but I didn't get around to it the week I was recording this, so yeah, I did have to leave the house mid-drawing this page, and yeah, it got a little bit messy, but that's alright. Side note, in the video right now, I'm pointing out Sawyer's jawline because I couldn't remember what it looked like, so I had to go back and find him. So the whole thing with this page is testing my ability to draw imaginatively upon reference or just without reference. So the girl that was already drawn was without reference, and then the next ones were all with a structure or expression reference, except the one with the headphones on. That one was just imagination. So I just wanted to clear this up since the rest of the voiceover is about Artblock and not about what you're watching. So there you go.
Let's actually talk for a little bit about the Artblock I went through. It was a weird one because I just didn't have any ideas for what to draw, and I was struggling liking everything I was doing because it was really bad, y'all. And yeah, I ended up just not drawing that much, and I would still try to draw, but I just wasn't liking it, and I kept just turning the page. So there's a lot of blank space in that section of my sketchbook, and it's really sad. But how I got out of it is I got out of my usual routine. I went somewhere I don't usually go. I sat down and I just started drawing and kept drawing. And I used reference images again, which during the Artblock I did use reference images, and it didn't turn out good, which is abnormal for me. So yeah, it was a struggle, but I got through by just drawing, and I drew a whole page, and then I think the next day I finished up the second page, and it's a really beautiful page. I will put an image in. It's one of my favorites from recently, and I feel like I'm kind of back stuck in that again, so maybe I just need to get somewhere where I don't usually draw and just start messing around. I don't know.
Now let's talk about what I learned from those books.
First up, this is part of a 4-part thinking process, but I wanted to highlight this specific part because I think it can be useful with creating Artblock. And that is to take a break from the project you're working on, or the concept that's bothering you, or maybe just your sketchbook in general, and let your subconscious take over. So I know that sounds a little weird, but it's good to take a step back and to do some mindless or fun tasks that might spark some thought. Robin Landa's book recommends watching a movie, listening to music, or playing music if you know how, attending a concert, or visiting an art exhibit. You can really do anything, but just remember to keep your project or your struggle in the back of your mind and be on the lookout for inspiration. This one is a little more specific, but I thought it could be useful if you struggle with decision making in projects. It's pretty simple, but you can help narrow down your options in any scenarios. So find everything that you don't want to do with the project and make a list of that, And I know it sounds pretty negative, but it can actually be really useful, because then you can just like figure out the opposite of that and then go from there. So that's an idea. A brief pause to share with you guys the exciting news. I have created my own art Instagram, so I would love it if you guys went and checked that out, maybe followed. I do share some fun stuff on there, and I like posting to my stories, sketches and things, and even just pretty things that I see. Yeah, I do plan on posting there a lot, so I hope that you guys would look to that a little more if you're interested in seeing more of my content. Yeah, thank you. This one is a list from the Illustrator exam book, which seems weird, but that book was actually really cool. I liked the last bit of it. It's very honest and helpful. And this tactic is more of learning how to stop art block by knowing what encourages idea generation and what inhibits it. Brainstorming ideally should be done without analyzing any part of what your storm is producing. For example, if I were to sit down and start writing out words that remind me of the color pink, and then when writing a word I go, I'm not sure about this one, it leads to, at least for me, a very long pause of analysis that is logic focused, and it halts all idea generation at the moment. So what you're supposed to do is just write everything down, or draw, however you like to brainstorm. You shouldn't judge, plan, sort, or develop any of these thoughts in the process. Now, to think positively, what does help the thinking process? Well, we have music, as always, calling a friend, researching more art to inspire your project, doodling, reading poetry, going for a walk, exercising, and sleeping on it. So this can be helpful if you're stuck in an art block. Try doing some of these creative things and not overanalyzing your previous or current work. I think that avoiding thinking critically can actually help stop an art block to some extent before it hits you. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for y'all. For the rest of the video, we're just gonna chill with some music and sketch. I hope y'all get out your sketchbooks and start doodling around, or your iPads, or whatever you like to draw on. Yeah, don't be afraid to be productive.
that's a wrap. Thank you to those who stayed until the end of the video. I really appreciate a full watch through. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please subscribe. Also, I would love if you followed my new Instagram. No pressure, but I thank you if you do. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.